Good afternoon, my friends. I don't use that term loosely. Over the past 12 months, I feel that I've made many new friends around the state of Alabama. I've enjoyed meeting and working with so many of you this past year. It has been said that you can judge a man not by his worth, but by the number of his friends and not by his bank account. With that being the case, I feel like I'm a very wealthy man. Some of you may wonder where I chose that song. Well, a family is more than just the people that you are blood related to. All of us have friends that are like family. We have a church family, most of us. We have a work family. But a family is a group of people that provides love, support, and stability to its members. We are a big family working together to serve the folks in all of our towns and cities. It's been a wonderful blessing to serve you all as president of the Alabama League of Municipalities. When I stepped into this role last year in Birmingham, I contemplated if I was qualified to take on the task, especially following in the footsteps of many of the predecessors that have gone before me. However, I've had tremendous support from the League's membership. I owe you all a debt of gratitude for choosing me to work for and represent you this past year, which has gone by really fast. I've had the honor of representing our league at the National League of Cities in Atlanta and Washington, D.C., at the Alabama State House, and at several different city and town functions throughout our great state. I appreciate the faith and confidence you all had in me during this past year, and I've tried my best to fulfill that role. I'd like to begin by thanking Mayor Tommy Battle and his staff for hosting this annual convention, as well as working with league staff to ensure a successful event. I've been in a couple meetings with Mayor Battle during the past year, and he is a great defender of his city and all the folks who live here. You all are in good hands. I cannot think of a better person to lead the largest city in the state of Alabama. And I know I don't speak only for our city of Hartselle, but for all of the smaller cities in North Alabama when I say we are thankful for the success Huntsville Metro is enjoying. After all, a rising tide really does raise all ships. I'd also like to thank our Vice President, Mayor Mark Saliba of Dothan. He is making a significant difference for his city, and it has been a pleasure to work alongside him this year as we work together for the league. He and his terrific wife, Angie's friendship has meant a lot to my wife, Lynn, and myself. I would be completely remiss if I did not mention the resolute, hardworking members of the Alabama League of Municipalities staff. I've enjoyed the close working relationship with so many of the staff members this year. Greg and Kayla are doing an impressive job leading this great group of men and women. We have superstars in our director and deputy director. Also, both are great at choosing restaurants if you've had a chance to travel with any of them. I think I've gained a few pounds over this year. Additionally, I've enjoyed the time I've spent working with Brian Parker and Baker Allen, advocating for our members. These two guys work hard at keeping our municipal powers where they belong, in the hands of local governments. They eat, live, and breathe advocating for our cities and towns, and on a lighter note, they're fun to travel with as well. I'm not sure where our municipal authority would be without the dedication of the League's advocacy team. It seems each year there are more of what I would refer to as attacks on our ability to govern and operate our cities and towns. From unfunded mandates, trying to alter the ability to fund city services, and making it difficult for local officials to be able to make their communities the best place for our citizens to live, work, and play. I wish our advocacy folks could have more time to push legislation to improve our cities and towns and provide opportunities. But unfortunately, much of their time is spent defending legislation that will harm our local governing abilities. While it may seem like taking the sales tax off hearing aids is not a big deal, it is our duty to remind those with lawmaking power that just as a snowball grows larger rolling downhill, each attempt to obstruct our funding abilities adds difficulties for us to provide everyday services to our citizens. Not only what they expect, but what they deserve as well. I have a new respect for each of our folks who work in and for advocacy. It is not an easy job. For those looking to improve your economic development efforts, Brian is your go-to for that as well. He'll work hard to help your community develop a game plan for recruiting new businesses with the League's Economic Development Academy. Furthermore, Ron Johnson, Caleb Beck, and the newest legal team member, Joseph Hawley, are always there to answer a call and inform and protect you with their legal skill and expertise. Bear Crab makes sure all the League finances are in order. Cindy Price will help you with the best education possible with the League's Municipal Officials Program. And I don't have to call her anymore. It's all online. You can find out how many hours you got, so you're all good. And Keely Smith will ensure the League has the best conferences and events possible. Mary Jackson will help your city become an ACE community, and Deborah Pascal can take care of any problems you call her about. Finally, someone I have genuinely enjoyed working with this year is Lori Johns, the Communications Director for the League. Lori is awesome, for making sure I was standing in the right place at events, suggesting talking points, advising on whether to wear a tie or not, editing my articles, and so much more. She has been awesome. The League was lucky to secure Lori, and Lori, I'll miss working so closely with you after this week. I know I've not named everyone at the League, but just know each of you plays a key role in the League and are appreciated by the entire membership. Personally, I can't imagine not having the League to lean on and learn from in my almost 8 years serving as mayor of Hartselle. There is so much information that no one is aware of until you take on that role, take the oath of office, or maybe sit behind the mayor's desk. There's not a book there telling you what to do. Unfortunately, that lack of understanding can sometimes lead to controversy, and all you need to do is watch the news or look on social media to see how easy it is for officials to make bad decisions and bring a bad light to their community. That is why I'm so proud of our team at the League for getting the Alabama Municipal Training Act passed this session and for the governor signing that bill. Now every member, new and old, can ensure they are staying up to date on the latest laws and resources to support their communities. We are all better together, and I'm thankful to be a part of the Alabama League of Municipalities. Moving on, I'd like to thank the folks I work with each day, beginning with our city council, who support my ideas, even though they may think sometimes I've lost my mind. And they're grinning, I can see it from here. So they really care about our community, and it's a blessing to work with them to move our city forward. I have an awesome group of leaders on our administrative staff who serve as department heads as well. They each are true public servants and unselfishly work each day to make life better for our citizens. They've been especially supportive this year as I have served in this capacity, and I'm thankful for each of them. I'd like to thank my wife, Lynn, for not only supporting me in this role, but also being my traveling partner this past year. She's been a trooper, even handling everything at home while I work late hours in and out of town. When your spouse is also your best friend, traveling together is awesome. We'll celebrate 38 years this Friday. I don't know if she planned on it being here or not, but we'll be here. If you know me, you know that I love my family. I'm grateful that I've had another grandchild this year. We now have a 4-year-old grandson, an almost 3-year-old granddaughter that some of you might get to meet Friday night, and a 15-month-old granddaughter. Lee and I raised 2 boys, so when we added 2 daughters and now 2 granddaughters, we came full circle. I should have shared this first, but I thank God He's allowed me this year to work with all of you. I shared last year in Birmingham that I know God placed me in my role as mayor. I know for a fact He also allowed me to serve in this role as well. It has been a blessing that I will always treasure. I often share the words of this: he who has been given much, much will be required. I know I've been blessed and surrounded by good folks. I hope I've given back to you as much as you have given me this year. One of the challenges I asked of each of you last year was to get involved in the League in whatever means you could, whether attending conferences, meetings, training sessions, or legislative events. I have been informed that most events have had an increase in attendance this past year, so I'm going to take a little credit for that. I'm just kidding. You all who attended the events are the true winners, and all credit goes to you for gaining new knowledge to better serve your citizens. Just as I mentioned earlier, the League empowers its members to be engaged. You have every opportunity to engage with your fellow colleagues this week, to engage with your League team for guidance, and to engage with your state and federal officials about issues you're dealing with. I've gained tremendous knowledge in this role this year, and I plan to put it to effective use in our community, in our city. The contacts I've made will make it easier to seek funding for projects, find answers to questions, and overall be a better public servant. One does not have to be knowledgeable about every topic. You simply have to know where to seek the information that you need. I shared with all of you last year that one of my goals as an elected mayor was to celebrate our city and share with it all I could about how great she is. I wanted to be the one to shout it from the treetops that we are the best. Well, I hope I have done that for the league and all of you this year. If so, I feel like I've succeeded. This past year, I've worked to help your ability to ensure your local authority and ability to fund your municipalities remains intact, from legislation to remove sales tax from certain items, capping property tax and ad valorem taxes, to working to increase the SSUT rate and keeping our share of the proceeds. I believe working together, we have succeeded in most of these areas. I hear folks say, I must, or I have to do something, or I have to go to work each day. Well, folks, let's change that mantra. We get to go to work each day to serve our cities and towns and those who call each one home. I use this adage often when speaking to folks, and I challenge you to do this as well. We have to plant trees that we will not enjoy the shade of. I hope together we have done that this year. We are blessed to live, work, play, and serve in Alabama. Thank you all again for allowing me the opportunity to serve you and the league. May God continue to bless each of you.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for serving this year as our president. You've done an incredible job. You do follow in big footsteps, but you fit right in, and you've continued to blaze a great path for us to continue to follow. We want to present you with this plaque honoring your year as president and your leadership, and so at this time, we'll present that.